Well, hello there. How are you? I hope everybody's good. It's bright, it's sunny, little breeze. We're doing good. We're doing good. Hope it's good where you are, where you're at. All right, bunch of stuff to cover. It's Rosh Hashanah starting Friday night. So, we got lots of stuff to talk about today. First, commercial. Okay. Saturday, this Saturday, the 16th, 3 p.m. Central Time, Tashlach. I'll be on Facebook Live, just like this, doing Tashlach. Got it? 3 p.m. Saturday. Got it? Eastern, not Eastern. Stupid. Central. Central Standard Time. Got it? 3 p.m. Join me for Tashlach, a really important part of Rosh Hashanah. Okay? So, commercials out of the way. I was going to start with a shofar blast, and then I decided to spare your ears. But this is the holiday we use the shofar. Okay? Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we use the shofar. Wake us up. Say, hey, it's time for Rosh Hashanah. What do we say at Rosh Hashanah? We say La Shana Tova or Shana Tova. Happy New Year. Rosh means head, the year. Rosh Hashanah. Okay, beginning of the year. This is the first day of the new calendar. Okay? In the Hebrew calendar, of course. So, Rosh Hashanah. Let's talk about Rosh Hashanah, okay? Avinu Malkeinu, our Father, our King, be mindful of us and help us. We recite the Avinu Malkeinu at each Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur service. We ask God to forgive us our sins over and over. We ask God to forgive us. Each year we do this. Each year we say the same words, and each year we always manage to have something to be forgiven. Every year we look deep into ourselves and ask God to forgive us. Now, people come up to me every year, usually just before Kol Nidre, and ask me, shouldn't someone my age have figured life out by now? Shouldn't I be above this dreary, depressing exercise in futility? Okay, I'm sorry, shouldn't God know this by now? Why do we have to keep on doing this year after year after year? My response is usually a polite smile, maybe a nod, a pat on the back or shoulder, and one simple sentence. You just answered your own questions. Yes, I know, rabbinic logic. I got it. Okay? How can we expect God to forgive us when we haven't learned to forgive ourselves? Okay, let's personalize this. Okay? To make my point, let's personalize this. A few years ago, something happened to me. I made a deal, we came to terms, shook on it, put it on paper, and gave our word to each other. Then, to my dismay, the deal was broken by the other party. I was dismayed. I was disappointed. I was downright heartbroken. I trusted, I made plans, I put my future in their hands. My first response was pure anger, and my anger led to hatred. Then came the self-questioning. How could I be so stupid? How could I have trusted, etc., etc.? I started treating others, innocent bystanders and loved ones, with mistrust and caution. I started to question everyone's motives towards me. It was not a pretty transformation. And then came the tears, the nonstop crying, yelling, cursing, and more yelling. Yep, depression had arrived. It was time for a drastic change. It was time for drastic action. But what was left? How about a nice little chat with the big guy? No, I'm not here to tell you about my wonderful discussion with the big guy and how we sat around having coffee and talking to each other. It doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't, does it? Really? There were a lot of tears, lots of screaming, lots of plain old talking. Nope, heavens didn't open. Nope, there weren't any burning bushes. Nope, no lightning, no major manifestation. What happened was there was eventually a sense of calm and reason. Instead of tears, screaming, and yelling, I eventually let myself forgive. Yes, forgive. Forgive myself. And to a certain point, maybe even forgiving the folks who offended me. Eventually, I realized that what had happened was beyond my control. Something bad happened to me. Something really bad happened to me. Why was I taking it out on the rest of the world? Who in my rage did I hurt? And who did I offend? Now, some of you may write this off as common human behavior. Stop for a second and think. What or where does that little voice of common sense come from? Why are we always looking for a big giant miracle to prove God's existence? Who cares where Noah's Ark landed? Who cares where Mount Sinai really is? Really? Who cares about those things? Sometimes we just have to quiet ourselves and let God in. That little voice of reason, maybe what we call our conscience, that overwhelming urge to do what is right. So, as we recite the Avinu Malkeinu, again, for the millionth time, go deep into yourself and hear the words anew. Feel the words anew. And most of all, forgive. We ask God to forgive our sins over and over. We ask God to forgive our sins. Only after we learn to forgive ourselves, well, then maybe we'll be ready to be forgiven. So, it's New Year's. It's Rosh Hashanah. How do we celebrate? Okay. We blow the shofar, of course. We eat wonderful food. We drink wonderful wine. I got that. Matzo balls and all that other good stuff. The challah. Oh, this time, check this out. Instead of the regular rectangle loaf of challah, this time we use the round loaf of challah. Why the difference? To show it's special. We only do it at the holiday. Okay? And some people, my wife doesn't like this, some people actually put raisins in their challah for Rosh Hashanah. I like that. She doesn't. I do. I like that. Okay? It makes it special. It makes it sweeter. It makes it special. Okay? What else do we do? Apples and honey. We slice up apples and we take a bowl of honey and we dip our apple slice into honey and we eat it. Why do we do that? Besides that it tastes good. Okay? What does that show? It shows that learning and the love of God is sweet. When we teach our kids Hebrew, when they're little itty bitty kids, first thing we do is we take the Hebrew text and we go to the first letter of the alphabet, Aleph. We take their pinky, we dip it in honey, and then we put it on the Aleph, and then they lick it. What does that mean to a kid? What does that mean to us? That learning is sweet. We're teaching our kid right off the bat that learning is sweet. That was why we do it at Rosh Hashanah. okay, that not only learning is sweet, but the new year will be sweet, prosperous, hopefully happy. And hopefully all this baggage will go away. We'll be forgiven. We'll learn how to forgive on Yom Kippur. And the rest of the year will be free and clear. Okay? What else do we do? Well, we eat pomegranates. You know that funny looking red thing, the pomegranate? Many people think that that was the fruit in the Garden of Eden. Why? Okay. Well, the pomegranate, if you open it up, don't slice it or whatever, and you take out all the seeds, you will have 613 seeds. No, I didn't have the patience to do it. But I have known people and I have seen it done. Okay? 613 seeds. What's the big deal? How many mitzvot are there? 613. Yeah. What do I keep telling you? There's no such thing as a coincidence. Just saying. Okay? So, that's why we eat the pomegranate, we drink the pomegranate juice. Okay? So, we say to each other, not Chag Sameach Rosh Hashanah, which we usually do for a holiday, right? Chag Sameach, happy holiday. Instead, we say Shana Tova or La Shana Tova. Okay? And that's what we say to each other. And we even do it for Yom Kippur. Okay? Now, Yom Kippur, we don't say Happy Yom Kippur. This means Day of Atonement. And it's a very depressing day. And we'll talk about that next week. Okay? We say, may your fast be easy. May your fast be sweet and easy. Okay? We're still positive. Positive, positive. Up, up. Okay? So, as we go into Rosh Hashanah, a brand new year, okay, remember the Gregorian calendar, that calendar that says January through December, wasn't invented until the Middle Ages by the Catholic Church, a monk in the Catholic Church, which, by the way, it's a wonderful calendar. But it was developed then, okay? That's why we still use the Hebrew calendar. Because, according to the Hebrew calendar, right now it's 5783. After Rosh Hashanah, it will be the year 5784. Now, do we really believe that the world is only 5,784 years old? No. Because we believe in science, because we're modern. And in the modern world, we know we have science. And we know the world is what? Billions, 2, 3 billion years old. Okay, we know this. But that doesn't change anything on the Hebrew calendar. And in the upcoming weeks, we'll have a Torah Tuesday on the Hebrew calendar so we can discuss all the months and the thing and the lunar and the why and the who and the ha and what it means. Okay? But for today, the significance is we're starting the calendar over because it's Rosh Hashanah. It's Happy New Year. So yes, we'll say Happy New Year. Shana Tova. Okay? Okay. So, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Until next Tuesday, Torah Tuesday. And that is a good thing. I will see you next Tuesday. Okay? So for this Friday night, check this out. Since Rosh Hashanah is on Friday night, we say Shabbat Shalom and Lashana Tova. Okay? I will see you Saturday afternoon, Tashlech, 3 p.m. Central Time. Okay? I'll see you Saturday. Peace out.